All right. So, are these the only three trees we have? No, right? We have
Well,
Sudowoodo.
yes, there's Kanto Executor and there's Sudowoodo. But I think that's all for the trees, right? That's in Pokemon Go at the moment. And the cool part is that this is actually not terrible team comp. Like, I have a weakness to ice because of Alolan Executor and Trevenant, but Bonsly's rock type and it has counter. So it kind of picks up that weakness. And then I'm not really too weak to fire either, despite the fact that they're all fucking trees, because Alolan Executor's dragon, and then, Bonslay's rock.
All that to poor Bambi. That movie actually fucked me up as a kid, but the fire scene at the end with
Oh,
Bambi.
I
Oh my
was like,
god.
what are you referencing right now? But now I understand. Okay, well, let's get into this. Alolan Executor, best buddied Bonsly, and
Oh,
Trevenant.
the maracas, the thing from Florida.
Yeah. And by the way, if anyone's just tuning in now, I am streaming with Mama Pocket right now. If anyone knows her son, Hot Pocket 777, that's it, right? That's his name.
That's him.
Hot Pocket 77, very young champion of Pokemon Go PvP. I'm streaming with his mom, which feels weird to say somehow.
It does sound really creepy. I had a pool. My neighbors had horses.
This doesn't sound like a farm. This sounds like a glamp farm, like a glarm.
I mean, maybe. But it was really annoying. We had a well, and the well went dry one year.
Oh,
So
God.
we had to take showers in the pool. So I smelled like chlorine for like a solid month.
I mean, growing up with a pool alone is a huge benefit.
I mean, yeah, most definitely. I don't know how people have pools on the East Coast because that's a very short period of time, but I loved it.
Yeah. I wish I had a pool, but getting a pool in Canada is always a terrible idea. You could probably use that pool for like 2 months out of the year. And then the
Do
rest.
people have pools? Are they like indoor pools if they have pools, like hotels?
Well, yeah, I mean, like hotels and condos often have pools. But people do get outdoor pools in Canada, and I'm always like, why would you do this to yourself? It's pretty much just maintenance, and after like 1 year, they just cover it up and never uncover it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I agree. Now that I describe how I lived, it did sound kind of like a compound, but I swear it wasn't. But
So-
in order for me to go to my neighbors' houses, I always had to bring a spade with me, like a gardening spade, like a big shovel, just in case I came across a rattlesnake, so I can chop its head off and bury the head.
What?
Yeah, that's what you had to do. So rattlesnakes, that's the way to kill them is to cut their head off, but you have to bury the head because the mouth will keep on snapping for like 45 minutes and will, secrete venom.
45 minutes. There's just a wild head running around.
Yes, a wild head and a wild body. So I had to cut the head off, bury the head, and I would feed the body to my dogs. And the dogs loved it because the dogs, like, you got a wiggly 6-foot snake.
Wiggly little treat for you.
Crazy.
That reminds me of do you watch Modern Family?
I should watch Modern Family,
Yeah,
but
you
I
should.
haven't. No.
Okay.
It's right up my alley.
Well, there's a scene where Sofia Vergara, she's like in her church outfit. So she's all like dressed up really nicely, but there's a rat in her house. So she takes a spade, just like you were describing, and she cuts it in half and then I think puts it out of its misery and then goes to church. And it happens in like 5 seconds. It's like a 5-second scene.
See, I resonate with that entire scene. Except I am never going to be confused for Sophia ever in my life.
Well, I think
But you got
you've got a Sofia Vergara vibe going in your own way.
absolutely not.
What? It's
Other
your
than we both have long brown hair.
you got
No.
some Latino blood in you, don't you?
I do, but like not like I mean, she's smoking hot slamming. Um,
You just gotta roll your R's.
there you go. That's all I have to do.
Yeah, and you're Sofia Vergara.
There we go. You got someone. I am Dynamo 69. Yo, Dustin, my man, where have you been?
Oh, I like the expression you put into his voice.
I mean, it could be a her, no?
her. Sorry. You're right. Their voice.
They, them.
They, them. I started streaming a couple months ago. Lost motivation. Regained motivation after the trip to Ohio, and now I'm trying to stream and post content more often. So that's what I've been. How bad is Executor? Executor is pretty bad, but right now I'm getting some decent value out of it. Just let that go unshielded. I might be able to win this. It's dog shit, excuse me. I see you in chat.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real.
I'm just keeping it real.
I mean, I don't know why your Elo has so many ice types, but you're getting...
I was not seeing any ice types until I started using this deal.
Right.
Is he baiting? Yeah, he didn't.
It's the algorithm.
The algorithm. I agree with you.
So what are you doing for the rest of the weekend? Are you GBLing tomorrow for GBL night day?
Oh, is that this weekend?
It's mañana, I believe.
What is that word?
It's tomorrow.
You know we don't study Spanish in Canada. We study French.
Well, how do you say tomorrow in French?
That's how you say it.
Oh my god.
Comment t'appelles-tu? Je m'appelle Dustin. Est-ce que aller à la toilette? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? That's the limit of my French.
I know je t'aime.
That's I love you. Wait,
It is. That's all I know.
what does j'adore mean then? Is that I adore you?
I don't know because it's not je t'aime.
No.
So that's the limit of my...
Uh-oh. Who wins CMP?
I don't even know how to ask where the bathroom is.
Est-ce que aller à la toilette?
And I think that that's like one of the most important things to ever know.
To the French language?
Well, for any language,
Yeah.
where is the bathroom? I can survive in any damn country as long as I know that.
I think that was literally the only battle I've won so far. And it was so fucking close.
Adore is love.
Tam.
Oh.
Is Quebec where French is spoken more commonly? So, in Canada, French is like our... What do you guys call it? Like a secondary language or a...
Well, the United States, we don't have a primary language. To the best of my knowledge. Like, we don't have like a sanctioned, everybody speaks English.
Right. We have,
Even though, you know, our politicians feel otherwise. But that's an aside.
I mean, the way you guys have to learn Spanish in school, right? We have to learn French.
We have the choice.
Oh, really?
You can choose. Oh yeah, absolutely. But just like, especially in Southern California, people chose to learn Spanish. But in my high school, so yes, I know I'm dating myself because all of you youngins weren't even alive yet. But in the late 90s, you could take Chinese, Italian, French, Spanish, or Japanese.
You could take Japanese?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, so you'd get high school credit, but you'd go to the community college and it would be a high school class.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we didn't have a choice. We had to take French.
Oh, okay. So Night Freeze says, I didn't have a choice until high school, and the choice for me was Spanish or German. Night Freeze, where are you from?
Interesting. The limit of
I
my
mean,
French is parlez-vous le Wi-Fi ici? That's funny.
I didn't even know how to read that.
I think I read it decently, but if someone's French in chat, they're gonna be like, "That was dumb."
Why French? Also took German in school. Can't speak a word of French. I'm from New York City. Okay, Night Freeze. I'm from New York City, but most schools there have more language choices. Mine was just weird. Okay. Well, speaking of Germany, so we might be cutting our trip to England slightly short
Oh yeah, you
and
were
making,
thinking of going to Germany.
yeah, making a pit stop in Germany.
Yeah, what for exactly, if you don't mind me asking?
Uh, I think people in chat would know probably more than I would.
Does
Does
Mama
Mama?
Pocket have a Twitch account? I think she should. She doesn't have one, but how hyped would people be for a Mama Pocket Twitch stream?
No.
Why?
Uh, I I'm glad to know you have family there. Night Freeze, we're gonna put a pin in that in a second. Uh, I'm a really good like supporting character.
You
I
are a
am
very good
not a
supporting
good
character.
like main character. You're a great main character.
I think you're the protagonist here.
Dude,
I'm
all I'm doing is drinking wine, barely watching your sets, and just bullshitting.
Yeah, that's what I did when I streamed with John, and everyone loved that.
Yeah, but like you brought the je ne sais quoi. Oh, I do know something else that's French.
Is that French?
Huh. I don't know. I'm making this shit up at this point. But
It
like
sounds French.
it sounds French.
Je ne sais quoi.
But like I don't even know what that would mean. You bring the special something. It sounds French. I agree. But like I don't even know how to type that shit out even if I
Well,
wanted to.
you don't have to be a Twitch streamer. You're welcome to come join me whenever you would like.
But I do appreciate the question, Pink Paradise, because Pocket was a Twitch streamer, and I asked him not that long ago, "Hey, have you ever thought about streaming again?" He's like, "I don't like the game enough to start streaming again," which I find is interesting considering how much we're.
he plays
Yes, exactly.
and competes and, interacts with the game on a daily, hourly basis.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, high school is a lot of work. You
Tell
know?
that to Pocket, dude. I'm not into bashing my son. My son is extremely bright and intelligent, and I wasn't in high school, and he doesn't have to work for it. He just can show up to tests and do the bare minimum and get straight A's.
I wish I was like that. Your
Ugh.
son is a brilliant child. I mean, me and John noted that like as soon as we met him, and we met him when he was like 12, 13, right? And he was already like speaking at like a 8th grade
Oh my god,
level.
when did you guys meet him?
Or
That was 2019 or 2018?
I think 2018. Why are you earthquake?
Oh my god. You guys met him when he was No, he was not 11 when you met him. I mean, he's 15 now. You had to meet him when he was 12.
We could
On
we could
on
literally go back and check like the J
We
Farm
could.
channel and
That
search Hot
YouTube
Pocket.
video.
Yeah, and we could probably see how old he was.
Okay, so DeFi coming in strong with
Je ne sais quoi really means I don't know
literally
what.
means I don't know what.
Oh. It's literally French for I don't know what. Okay.
It's supposed to be that special something. That, like, oh, that thing, that je ne sais. Oh, I guess.
Well, it could still imply that, like, that special I don't know what, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Dude, chat coming in strong with dropping the knowledge.
Knowledge. That's why I love having chat, because whenever I'm making a dumb doofus out of myself, I have chat to be like, Dustin, you're an idiot. It means this. And I'm like, okay, my feelings are a little hurt, but thank you for wising me up.
Oh, let's see here. Kilo Pen said, I can buy a ticket to London for about $20 both ways from Poland. Wow. But I never
Damn.
wanted to go there because it's raining. Everything's expensive. If you go for just the day, though, For just even like the first day of Worlds. So Worlds in 2019 was in Washington D.C. and I live 6 miles north of it. It was still an amazing experience for just the swag. So if you can go for about 20 bucks, that's not bad at all. That's if you're into that though.
Yeah. I've never been to Europe. How many times have you been there?
Only twice.
Only twice?
Only twice. Wait a
So
minute.
where have you
Yeah,
been?
Night Freeze. Worlds are gonna be there from 18 to 21 August. Um, I went there for my high school senior trip,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went there for the 2004 Olympics.
Oh. But where did you visit then?
In my high school senior trip,
Yeah.
I went to Italy, oh my God,
Italy?
Italy, Switzerland, and France.
I've been to Italy all the way down
I'm in
from Texas.
You told me to roll my R's, dude. I just chose a
Oh,
really bad time to do it.
I love going to Italy. They have the cities unlike here in Texas.
Exactly.
You're not even from Texas. You're from Maryland. How close are you to Texas?
Far,
Oh.
far, 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 far away. But
Hmm.
so I went to Italy, Switzerland, and France. And
Yeah.
then in 2004, when the Olympics were in Greece, my mom and I in Maryland, we were watching the opening ceremony and they were talking about how they were unable to sell out and like the stands were all empty. We looked at each other and we're like, let's go to Greece. 72 hours later, we were on a plane.
Oh. I should have won that. From my
Um,
knowledge, whenever people visit Europe, it's like a visiting all ton of places kind of deal. Um, and and cities in Europe are like just that close that you could travel to city very easily, right?
I mean, it was for us when I went, but we also because we were a ton of minors, because we were all high school students.
Yeah, you needed like a
We had a travel
chaperone.
agent,
Ah.
and they kind of like corral you, and you just kind of show up.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a little crazy, not gonna lie, because I was 17 when I graduated high school, and my mom signed a consent form for me to drink alcohol, and there was a lot of drinking.
Wait, how old were you?
17
And you're allowed to drink at 17 in those...
in Europe, yeah.
What's the drinking age? Isn't it based on where you're going or no?
No, I didn't get carded ever, but I could drink in Italy, Switzerland, and France.
My God. So they actually let you drink on a high school trip?
Yeah, as long as my mom signed the consent form.
That is unheard of nowadays. Except on your graduation trip, which is where you went, right?
Right.
Okay,
I just
so-
happened to be an early graduate, I mean, in terms of my age.
Yeah.
But all my other friends, they were already 18. Night Freeze asked, drinking age in most Europe is 18 now, right? Okay, so mini mom dilemma here. In England, it is 16 with consent of a parent and a meal. Pocket will be 16 and 3 days old.
Oh yeah, you were telling us about this. Weren't you
And I was like, what do I do?
weren't you looking for advice? Maybe chat could help you. So
Yeah. And then in Germany, where we're going to be going, it is 16. So he doesn't even need my consent at all.
Yeah. Wait, so what was your question again? You were
I was like, what would you do, chat? Would you be like, okay, child, have a couple, like experience it? He actually might even hate beer. Like, I remember the first time I tried beer, I thought it was gross. Look at that face. I don't even know what that face meant.
that face was I just Dragon Pulse the shadow to Torterra.
Okay, I should have paid attention to
That's
your
okay.
actual stats.
Go on.